Berlin. It's your bad boy, Dave Adams, and welcome back to the Berlin Roast Battle Podcast, episode 6, kids.
Woo-hoo!
Come on. They said we couldn't do it.
Did they say that?
They said that.
I knew they said that.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm Dave Adams. I'm here with the champion, Dane Brasher, adjudicator extraordinaire, Fane Walsh, and also Christoph Schmidt is over there as well. How are you, Dane?
I'm well.
We've never really done the how are yous on this, and it doesn't feel right already.
No, we usually have a chat first, but today I was very late.
Yeah, Dane was bloody 50 minutes late, so...
Yeah, that's 5:15.
Yeah, too late, Dane.
It's very late.
Why were you so late?
Look, I have a good reason.
Yep.
I overslept.
Okay, for a 2:30 p.m. appointment.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
I was watching rugby this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faye Walsh, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, whatever.
Yep, great. Christoph, you seem fine as well. Yeah, he gave me a thumbs up, so that's good.
Did you hear the thumbs up off camera?
He also went, yeah. So today we're breaking down the show. It was Scott Reynolds versus Dom Maddio, or the Dominator as his new name is calling. So we have 4 battles to break down for you this evening. So we started off with 2 fresh faces, an unranked battle. Just to explain to you very quickly, when battlers have their first roast battle with us, they get 3 jokes each. And then once they get into the top 15, they get 4 jokes each. And then the headline roasts of the evening get 5 jokes each. So this first battle is going to be 3 jokes each, and thank God for that.
Yeah, that was definitely enough. You're not doing intros anymore. You're not going to talk about sponsors or...
Oh, yeah, look. I mean, we have sponsors, but they don't really do anything for us. The Berlin Chili Festival is over.
But it'll be back.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah, okay, shout out to the Berlin Chili Festival. Yeah, sure, why not? What was our other sort of sponsor? Oh, yeah, Space Medusa, a place where I used to do a show until they cancelled it due to neighbour complaints. So, yeah, thanks for your support, Space Medusa. Couldn't do this without you. Also, shout out to, Terry, look. I just hope you're doing okay. I used to sponsor Terry, as you know, but we're barely in touch anymore. So
you've given up.
I've given up on Terry, to be honest.
Oh,
So
no.
Terry, reach out if you want, but at this point, honestly, I'm sick to death of you. Let's start the show. I mean, this was pretty good banter considering
Great
how
bands.
late you were, Dane. I'm already over it. So the first battle, and I was a bit mean there when I said thank God it was so short, because there were some good moments, and also a first battle is a first battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a sport that takes some practice. Like it comes naturally to very few. To us 3, it comes very naturally. We're good at this shit. That's talent.
Look,
And you can't
be everyone.
You can't teach talent. Not everyone has the talent. That myself, a previous champion, Dane, the current champion, and Faye Walsh, hopefully a future champion.
Yeah,
Future
come on then.
Do you have champion ambitions?
You win money, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on,
and
then.
also, now that you're sort of involved in it, we can just cheat.
Literally.
Yeah, and
That's
just
what I'm
make
saying.
you a champion.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you.
We're going to start... Okay, so the first roast battle of the evening was Cassian Zeno versus the coolest name in the business, Tommy Ferrari.
Yes.
All right, let's have a look.
First of all, Italy and Germany back together. Hell yeah. Come on. No? Alright, can I start? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Cassian sounds like a guy who Google on YouTube how to talk like a cool guy. Yeah, Cassian is pansexual, which just means he can disappoint everyone equally. Here you go, sir.
What can I say about Tommaso Ferrari that we don't all know already? I'm gonna try. He's got no friends, he doesn't have sex, he's got no money, no balls, he's got a small penis, no hands, no feet, no shoes. He's got a large penis, but in a bad way. He's got no style, no personal philosophy, no children, other people's children in his basement, a foot fetish, he's a furry, he's a war criminal, he's a sexist, he's a racist. Tommaso, you look like a fake beard grew performative male around it. Seriously, you look like the bisexual Mario brother.
It's me! I like that. Cassian may not be killing with his comedy career, but I know him, and I think he will kill one day, you know? If you give him a rifle and a school bus.
I got
You look like a school shooter who's still hiding from the police, man. Alright, that was quick.
I just did Charlie Kirk the other day.
What? Yeah.
I've literally had men orgasm inside of me, and somehow I'm not the gayest thing on this stage.
I will fuck you.
When Tommaso heard there was a gay ear you can get pierced, he had them do both just in case.
I didn't get it. I'm too dumb for this.
Tommaso says in his joke that he looks like a Ferrari, that he's not a Ferrari, but he looks like a Fiat. No, honey, you look like a guy who likes to get fisted.
All right. Disney version of Jeffrey Dahmer. Alright. So Cassian is a very close friend of Maya Church. She's here somewhere. Yeah. It's not, they look like brother and sisters, right? If their parents were brother and sisters.
Why am I getting
Last one? Yeah.
She's Polish, and your jokes could use a little Polish.
You got jokes, man? I don't know about that. I'm gonna do my last joke.
Am I?
Yeah, whatever.
It's me,
sure.
right?
Yeah, go.
Alright. Alright. So Tommaso's dating this British girl.
Fuck you!
At least I'm dating someone, you know?
Apparently his mistress is in the house tonight. Now, there's nothing like a shared history of imperialism and slavery to bring two people together. Erin, his girlfriend, calls herself a gypsy. This is her words, not mine. You said this. And Tommaso calls her a fucking gypsy. Erin runs one of Berlin's most exclusive, sex-positive parties, bringing together some of the world's most interesting, beautiful, and artistic performers. And when she went on Hinge to find a boyfriend, she was looking for a break from all of that.
Too long, man. I have a last joke?
Give a rebuttal.
All right.
First.
I have one joke left.
Do it. Just fucking
Cassian has a joke that he said he was born in road rage. You heard that? I think his parents almost crashed the car on purpose because in 2001 in Germany abortion was not legal. That was big.
Cool. All right. I mean, there was, there were laughs in the room. You know,
Yeah.
like that battle received laughter, and that's really what it's all about.
There was just some like rookie errors. Like Cassian's first joke was good, except that it was like 3 words out of the 600 words that he said were the joke.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
else was just noise.
And a lot of these newer roasters don't stop to let the audience laugh.
Yeah.
You know, they keep talking during the laughter, and then like the audience isn't catching every word either. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just sort of stand-up comedy 101 in general.
Can I just say that during that battle at some point I was judging with Carl Dacko, and he very seriously leaned over and showed me his notepad. And it was just a picture of a torso with tits and a cock.
Carl Dacko.
And then when Cassian mentioned Tommaso's girlfriend being a gypsy, Carl started grabbing all his shit off the table and putting
Great.
He saved that show that night. I mean,
Carl
honestly.
Dack, we are going to, and we've been owing it to you for a while, but we're going to do an episode purely on Carl Dacko's judging, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So this episode just lacked, this battle. It was a technique based situation here where the first comedian, he was going like, oh, is it my turn? Is it your turn? Is it my turn? Like that really sort of kills momentum a lot, you know, when it's like, all right, now you go, you know, and now my turn, and you know, this sort of thing. And then Cassian sat down, and that's a shame too.
Yeah.
Your first ever battle, you're just gonna sit down and be like this cool dude, you know.
Yeah.
I
He also roasted the judges ineffectively.
Oh, yeah.
He roasted both Carl and I were like, oh well, he
Yeah.
just lost.
Didn't he have a really awkward moment with you as well when he was doing his set?
Oh, that's right. Because I brought him up and I roast everyone as I bring them up, and then he spent too long trying to
Roast you back.
Yeah, he had too many roast jokes. I think the first one went okay, and then the next 6
Yeah.
didn't work as well. But they're both nice kids, and they're both funny and everything. And I
They've
think
got
like,
potential for
they
sure.
have definite potential. It definitely wasn't a bad roast at all. It was a good learning experience. And in that moment there,
Do you agree, Faye, that it wasn't a bad roast?
There were good moments.
There were.
There were good moments. I mean, there were bad moments in any roast. I think also the bad moments were just, we can put that down to like the amateur status that they have, if you will. I don't like that he attacked his if you've only got 3 jokes, you're going to go on his girlfriend. And that she's even denying the facts you're claiming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did like that joke, though, as he calls her a fucking gypsy, but...
yeah. And she seemed ready for it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was almost like taking a bit of steam out of it too by like, you know, rebutting every sort of bit, like, you know, sentence by sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was...
Fuck you!
Yeah.
I didn't say that!
yeah. She
Literally
almost...
just fucking a joke.
I'm going to give the battle to her. I think she...
Her and Carl.
Yeah. She won. Cool. She won the battle. It was not a bad battle. Who won that one? Because it's at the start of the roast.
Won it, right?
No, Tommy.
Tommy Ferrari won. That's right. I felt like Cassian was winning, and Tommy just had slightly more consistent jokes and just a nicer energy. So that was the opening roast battle, and then we moved along to the second battle of the evening, which was Jules Oakes versus Aladdin. I don't. I've just read his surname.
I knew you were going to pronounce it like that. When I saw it, I was like, he's going to...
It's ELGH. I don't know how anyone else would. This was a 4-joke battle, and let's just watch it.
Do you want to go first?
No, it's you.
It's you, dog.
All right.
There's an order. We didn't decide.
All right. First time I met Jules, I thought, oh, what a lovely lady. She seemed very friendly, very tolerant, very woke. I know this because the whole time she kept on telling me, I have a Syrian friend. Literally the whole time. Like I would be saying things like, I love chicken. She'd be like, oh my God. My friend Ahmad, you know, his second favorite food is doner. You know? And I'm like, all right, let's talk about Ahmad. Where is he? How is he? She's like, yeah, I was supposed to meet him today, actually, but he canceled on me. He told me, I'm in Syria. I'm like, how much does this guy hate Jules? She would be texting him like, hey, you want to hang out? He's like, fuck. I got deported. She would be hired by the AFD to deport us back. Anyway, that's all for me now.
That's fine. You get it.
You're not going to show any more?
No, we'll put it back on. I just needed a break, honestly. I just needed a second. Honestly, I just felt the joke was a bit too improvised, maybe. It's like he was looking for the truth, and
Also,
Look, he read it from his notes, though.
I don't
It was
know what
scripted.
happened there. That was so strange.
I think I know what he was going for, but
I get it, but you can't imply, because you've got one joke.
Yeah.
Write a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Don't imply something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because he was like, huh?
Yeah,
Like, what? Huh? What?
Oh, that was so tense, that joke. Also, he did this thing with his arms that made me, like, die inside a little bit. He did the joke with, like,
Oh.
like, I don't know. Okay, so he got there. What was the joke there that she had a Syrian
Her
friend?
Syrian friend got deported rather than hanging out with her, and that she kept mentioning that she had a Syrian friend, which is quite funny,
He's
you know.
implying that she's racist.
Yeah.
But then just say it. Like,
But also Jules is standing there like, oh yeah, like it's adding so much weirdness to
Yeah,
it
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Like,
Oh, and it gets weirder, I think. Like, she definitely does have that Syrian friend,
She
and
does.
she definitely did mention him a lot.
Okay. All right, that was the first joke out of 8. All right, so we got. All right, this is we're halfway through round 1. All right, carry on.
What I didn't tell you was that I had been sleeping with my Syrian friend, so I could have bragged way more.
One-handed person.
So Aladdin, I think it's ironic that your name is Aladdin because literally nothing about you makes me want to ride your carpet.
You have to rub my lamp, so you wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
even
well,
the-
my penis would be in your vagina if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to shit on Aladdin either because he is a funny dude, and like
Yeah.
it was just like this was something
It's his
in there.
first roast as well.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
it
is a
is.
different. It's an art form for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could shit on him a little.
Yeah.
Well, Carl Dacko was. I want to say the judging that evening was over the top. you
Yeah,
know.
that is
It
true.
wasn't fair. And so
Aladdin's
if-
had his share.
Yeah,
of
if you are watching, you know, we here at the Berlin Roast Battle podcast don't condone that sort of thing, but it was pretty funny. So yeah, she sort of said, she said ride his carpet, and it didn't really make so much sense. So he was sort of like kind of fact rebuttaling her, you know, by saying it should be lamp, really.
yeah.
But that's not really so helpful as a rebuttal.
Yeah.
No, I mean there's a world of, you know, princess jokes that he could have gone for.
Yeah.
Tigers.
But you have to give the first round to Jules. That's fair
Yeah,
enough to
yeah,
say,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
A whole new world.
Oh
of
yeah,
princess
there you go. All right, let's go. Keep going. Round 2.
It's not for you. It's just for my cousin. It's my cousin. Anyway, you wanna? This mine? All right. Well, let's see. I'm very shy against women. I'm like for a woman. In front of my culture is bad.
I have that fact on men.
Jules told me she was born in a Catholic family. She loves pigeons and she's autistic. I was like, oh my god, I also have an English friend. Jules studied the ethics of robots because she has no friends. And she studied the ethics of robots, and now she's working for the most ethical company ever, Microsoft. Yeah,
Don't do that.
The most ethical. She made it, dude. Like, which branch do you work at? Tel Aviv? Like, where?
I'm a terrible employee, so I'm actually sabotaging Microsoft from the inside. I just put it out there.
You're inside job. Cool.
Okay. Aladdin's. Were you done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Aladdin's father is a gynecologist back in Syria. Yeah. And he was actually really relieved when Aladdin decided to move to Germany because he figured it would be one less pussy for him to look after.
You know what? Jules is doing a great job here. Really, do you know? It's
Yeah.
just the timing. It could be tightened up a bit more. Like she could have her joke ready rather than be like, oh, and then go and get it. But the first joke was the carpet, and then that one, the gynecologist. Tight, short jokes. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, or can we just?
I felt like
Yeah.
he had the perfect opportunity to bring back the Syrian. He should have said that the robots were Syrian. That she's like.
Or anything about like an autistic person working with.
Yeah, you did a
robots
callback to a
and-
joke that didn't work. So it's like,
Yeah. All right, round 2 to Jules. Carry on.
Oh my god, what can I say? He doesn't love me, but... Jules has a dog. She's very friendly, very cute, very hairy, the dog. Which is the closest thing Jules could have for an Arab friend. And we met at a restaurant, and the dog was going to all the tables, and Jules was like, oh my god, my dog's just trying to be social. I'm like, your dog just want to escape.
She was just trying to get away from the weed smell that was coming off of you.
She smokes weed, by the way.
So Aladdin has a really beautiful girlfriend. I did some Instagram snooping, and Aladdin has this really beautiful girlfriend.
She doesn't have Instagram.
No, but I found pictures of her on your Instagram. Aladdin's girlfriend is so beautiful that it's actually really difficult to roast him because look at him. He must have an incredible personality.
You could have said cock.
I thought cock, right?
Yeah,
we were all thinking cock.
She could have even tricked us. He must have a huge personality, or I don't know. Nah, that should have been cock for sure. It was definitely enough to win the round, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I found on Instagram that he has a really good looking girlfriend. He's like, she doesn't have an Instagram. It's like, yeah, on your Instagram. He's like, carry on. It's funny watching Carl too. Probably just I don't know what he's drawing.
We know what he's drawing.
Yeah. Last round.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you ever done to me. This is gonna sound weird, but Jules recently found out. This is true. I'm not even fucking with you.
I don't even know.
Jules recently found out how Arabs clean their assholes. She told me. I don't want to sound. This is what she told me. I don't want to come off as racist, but it's just so fascinating to me how you people wash your assholes. Because we use a hose gun, you know. We stick it up our ass, it's just perfectly clean. And I was like, what's the question? She's like, yeah, do you like anal? And I'm like, yeah, but not with you. I don't know a lot about Jules, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a clean asshole.
Actually, what I said was that I admired the way that Arabs clean their asshole, and that I recently installed a hose. So this is clean as anything. You can eat off this asshole.
I saw your dog. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's the obsession with assholes. Your ex-boyfriend was an Arab, and maybe I don't know, but there's something.
Okay. Aladdin works as an engineer for Deutsche Bahn. Yeah. Which means that he's done more to cripple the German economy than ISIS.
They made it. They sold their jobs and their women, so. Is that the battle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking
Yeah,
thank
all
you.
right.
Jesus
You know
Christ.
what? Not as bad as I remembered. No, I'm kidding. That was
So awkward.
Look, they're both good comedians on their own. It was just they sort of the chemistry wasn't really.
They autisticed each other. They
Yeah.
they bounced autism off each other. It was weird.
And I felt like most of the rebuttals were sort of fact-based rather than jokes.
Yeah.
Like the rebuttals that's not actually true. Or no, what I actually said was, as opposed to as in what a rebuttal sort of should be, really. So yeah, I mean, clearly Jules won that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By a long way. Carl and I were telling each other jokes halfway through that battle.
You guys seem like you had found your own fun in that one. So Jules is pretty consistent. I mean, she's only really had one loss really because she joined the last tournament a bit late. So she's building up a pretty solid resume there.
Jules is a really good writer.
Yeah,
but
she
when
is.
it comes to doing rebuttals, she just makes it awkward. She just says, no, that's not true. How dare you say that about me? That's not
She
true.
had
It's it's a
great
joke.
rebuttals against Nia. I remember her rebuttals were really good that night. But rebuttals are the toughest part of the game, Christoph. And I don't know, I just wanted to include you. And it's some nights you got them and some nights you don't. Some nights they come to you.
If you don't, I reckon just let it go.
Yeah.
You don't have to rebut.
Yeah.
But also what I did for the battle we're about to watch is I just assumed, okay, what is she going to joke about me? Okay, she's probably going to say this, probably going to say that. And then I wrote a rebuttal. So then I'll just wait for her to bring up that whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck you!
Yeah.
That is a good rebuttal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
This is the next battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
did you have to write that down though?
No, I wrote that.
Here we had the Sophia May versus bloody adjudicator extraordinaire Faye Walsh.
And
Yes.
I'd like to say one more thing. I got the memo that we were meant to write 4 jokes, not 4 rounds. So I wrote 4 jokes, and Sophia May wrote 400 jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
But
in 4
what's the
rounds.
difference between 4 jokes and 4 rounds? What do you mean?
Well, 4 rounds implies that maybe a round is a minute. Like back in the day, it used to be everyone got a minute. You know what I mean? But now it's like it said.
Well,
4
you
jokes.
do still get a minute,
Yeah.
but like, I think it's always better to use that minute to do 1 joke rather than otherwise it's just like.
Yeah.
If you do 3, I've never seen all 3 of them land.
Definitely,
You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah. You've got a chunk. You've got a minute to do like a chunk, like 1 joke that has
Yeah.
a few little
But
like.
you'll tell now that when it's my turn, I do my joke, and then it's her turn again, and then it's like.
Yeah, yeah. Because that was what was beautiful about watching it. Is like, let's just chuck it off. We'll talk about it afterwards.
So, Sophia looks like a mouse that has taken human form. A little bit.
I'm a real girl.
And the only cheese she's after is the one under foreskin.
I do like it. I do like it. Oh, I didn't even. How do you even know about the cheese in the foreskin?
Because I'm a cool lesbian.
You're like the lesbian where the guys come to you and they're like, "Is this too much cheese?" And you're like, "No, bro, not enough, not enough. Have I got a girl for you?" Okay, you guys. So, Faye is part of the LGBTQIA plus size community. And, well, Faye's parents actually got divorced the same year Faye told them she was gay. And then they spent months and months in custody battles, just tearing each other's throats out, arguing over who should have to actually take care of her. I'm not done. You know, they say that children of divorce come from a broken home. And Faye coming out of the closet definitely broke her home. But not just because she's a huge gay disappointment. But because she was too big to fit through the closet door frame. And so she had to break through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
So it is true in comparison. You know, Sophia May is actually kind of skinny, or at least that's one explanation for her small breasts. But so a little fun fact about Sophia: she slept with several male comedians in the scene, and I, for one, am impressed because do you know how much charisma it takes to sleep with several unemployed men? I'm jealous.
I mean, when I say they had great cheese, I mean,
I bet.
they're stinkers, those comics, so. You know, it is rich to hear that coming from Faye, though, because Faye is a high school dropout, which, you know, definitely explains why you speak like a British street rat, and why you've never really had a job, since the only thing you're actually qualified to do is yell headlines in a 19th century London street corner about Jack the Ripper.
You won't believe this. Before the show started, I said in the Middle Ages my job would have been the hear ye, hear ye. No, it's true.
No, you'd be amazing at it because it requires absolutely no skill. And, I mean, look, I want to say also, like, if you took on that role, I mean, like, you'd be fucking amazing at it for, like, just simply because even though you're drawing all this attention to yourself in a time when there's a lady killer on the loose, no one would ever think you were a woman. And, wait, sorry. Look, Faye, I just want to say, you could be the Joan of Arc of newspaper boys. You know, but not just because they find out at some point you were a woman, but like, you know, you're not not that important. They'd probably just use you for kindling, you know, like sticks or something.
Okay, I got it. I'm a middle-aged boy, okay? Fuck's sake. Right, can I do it? Okay. So, as you can already tell from Sophia's set, she likes to make things, you know, about her. Even 9/11, she made it about herself. And I was thinking, like, dude, when it happened, she was a kid, and even then, she was like, I'm between 9 and 11. All right, back to your
Well, I love that because you just did, I mean, you just made it about me again. It's the best. I fucking love it. Okay. So Faye is obviously the one to wear the dildo in her relationship. And, you know, she wears it because Faye and her girlfriend like to play a little game called Hide the Salami, which works both ways. Because Faye hasn't been able to see her own strap-on in years.
I can't see past my gigantic tits, so...
There's a cock down there.
Cheese if you're interested. No cheese. So, fun fact, we gave each other some fun facts before the roast battle. Sophia actually used to date a Syrian rebel soldier, and he broke up with her, which finally answers the debate. What would a man rather do? Have sex with Sophia or get killed by ISIS?
Well, I broke up with him. I sent him back. I was like, back you go. He didn't have enough foreskin. It was awful. No, those Muslims, they don't have foreskin. No cheese to work with. Okay, so, Faye, you know, I will say, I'm just so glad you could make it here after falling into that chocolate river. It does appear you were able to eat your way out of that situation, which is a skill that I knew at some point was either going to save your life or get you killed. Is that too mean? Okay, let me say something nicer. Faye, you look like the only altar boy in a congregation that didn't get molested. Which is so crazy. It's so crazy because you look like you'd put anything in your mouth and swallow.
Alright, I'm just gonna clap for him, please.
Good idea, Walshy.
Wow.
I've never seen like a roaster actually just go like, hey, all right, it's over. That was a great battle, dude. It was a great example of like you really don't have to be the loudest person who says the most words. You can like because your jokes are much shorter and cleaner. When you were up there, were you a bit worried that maybe she was going to sort of dominate the stage to victory?
No.
Okay.
No, because you could tell that was just too much. Like even I was like, okay, enough now. Like
Yeah.
No, but I was a bit worried beforehand just because Sophia May is funny, but she just overdid. It was too much.
Yeah, she definitely could have won that battle with editing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She could have picked the best jokes, and then it would have been.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And I think I haven't booked her as someone else next, but I think she'll come back with shorter jokes because she has a lot of potential. She's great. She's funny. She got lots of big laughs.
Definitely.
Yeah, and she's mean.
Yeah.
So she'll get it. And everyone gave her the same feedback after that battle. Everyone said, you know, that you had every single
Funny,
joke
but too
had a
long.
good joke in it, but
Yeah.
it was buried underneath 7 shit jokes.
Yeah,
Definitely. And I would like to clarify, I did graduate high school. I went back and I graduated at 22 years old.
Oh, good for you.
And do you wear the dildo?
We are dying to know.
My mum watches this podcast. So I'm not going to go down that
G'day,
road.
Mrs. Walsh. I reckon she does. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Just a bit of culture,
Harmless
really.
fun.
It's culture.
Yeah.
That's culture.
So that was the co-main event of the evening, and this brings us to the main event. This was Dom Maddio, who was the number 8 ranked at the time. Dom has been on an absolute hot streak, and we keep giving him higher ranked people. So it was the number 8 ranked roaster against the number 1 ranked contender, who came in second place just behind Dane Brasher, Scott Reynolds. So we're going to show you the full roast here. 5 jokes each. This is Reynolds versus Maddio. Let's go. Go first. 5 each.
All right. Scott works as a bartender, and as a bartender, he receives a lot of tips, like, "Hey, stop dressing like a school shooter." And, that's not how you pronounce the word Negroni. No, I'm joking. Scott's a great bartender. He can do anything. I mean, a white Russian, a black Russian, margarita, brandy. Those are just some of the prostitutes he murdered last year. Anyone more bartender? But Scott, he's not just a bartender. He also does wine tastings. I know, it's hard to believe, but because he looks like he lives under a bridge, but he does wine tastings. Scott likes his women the same way he likes his wine. Imported from a foreign country, stored in his basement, and aged 5 to 10 years.
Can't believe you said I looked dressed like a school shooter. I'm wearing a pink polo, which was made popular by Kanye West, who no one can say a bad word about.
Genius.
All right, guys. My opponent, Dom Maddio, living proof that most lesbians are uncool.
I thought that was fake.
No, she's the good one. Dom kind of looks like a cross between like one of the Angry Birds and a Furby that got discontinued because it made children too depressed. You're kind of like if Angry Birds, instead of being like shot into a tower by a slingshot, they just jumped off the ledge of one. And instead of the game being called Angry Birds, it's called Dad, Please Notice Me.
I think it's funny that he made fun of my appearance, because Scott looks like his mom had sex with Wolverine.
I fucking hope she did.
Let me finish the joke. Great. Scott looks like his mom had sex with Wolverine, then got an abortion and adopted an ugly baby named Scott. I got more. Scott's married to a Swedish woman, and as a Swedish person, she's very cold because Scott keeps her body in a freezer. Scott actually has a lot in common with Swedish people, because Swedish people make furniture out of hard wood, and Scott gets a hard wood when he makes furniture out of people. He's a serial killer, that's a joke.
There's no Rush like it, I gotta be honest. Yeah. Dom acts like very intellectual, but I think it's because he's hiding the fact that he's secretly mentally handicapped. Like he has all of his jokes down on like pieces of paper as if that's somehow like more sophisticated than using a phone. But what you guys can't see from out there is that he's actually written all of these jokes down with his favorite crayon. And to be honest, like, if a guy came up to you on the street and was like, "Hi, my name is Dom, and I'm a comedian. I've got some jokes I've written down on these pieces of paper, and I think they're really funny," you would kind of expect that person to be wearing a helmet.
You can tell Scott's a bad comedian because he's making fun of me for putting effort into jokes. Scott's from Canada. The most famous person from Canada is Justin Bieber. And Scott actually has a lot in common with Justin Bieber. They both said the words, "Is it too late now to say sorry?" to a group of screaming teenage girls. Scott's not very good at sex. One time during sex, a woman told him he's the best she's ever had. And he was very surprised because she was supposed to be asleep. You get it. He rapes. Right. He does rape, right? Like we agreed. Probably rapes a little on the weekend or something.
Dom has only one post on his Instagram. He calls his Instagram page "My Favorite Pictures of Me and All My Friends." He also has a Threads account where he posts jokes, most of which have 0 likes on them. I actually started counting how many of the jokes have 0 likes on them to use in this joke. And then I had to stop when I got to 20 because I got too sad. He actually also, in some of his recent posts, he writes a joke and then posts underneath a picture of a legendary comedian, Norm Macdonald, as if this would be a joke that Norm Macdonald would tell. And these posts, once again, have 0 likes. So it's kind of like if I posted a video of me trying to take a 3-point shot and miss it by fucking 2 meters, and I posted it on Threads and underneath just a picture of Michael Jordan.
Maddio comedy on Threads. Please, I need this. All right. Scott, he plays the trumpet. He used to be a professional trumpet player, and he used to be part of the German orchestra. And sometimes he would play the trumpet for old people in retirement homes. And can you imagine that? Being close to death with nothing in life to look forward to, and then you have to play the trumpet for a bunch of old people? By the way, I can't believe you play the trumpet because you look like the only metal thing you put in your mouth is a shotgun. All right. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I get sad when I can't rape enough, so I saw Don tell a story on stage once about how his uncle or father or something like that bought a prostitute for him when he was a young man. And he didn't have sex with her though, and he's been showcasing his talent for not getting laid ever since. You kind of look like somebody who spends his spare time drawing his own mangas at home and then falls in love with one of the characters.
All right.
One person though that was fun.
Last jokes. Scott studied music. He originally wanted to study film, but then he watched a documentary about Led Zeppelin and he discovered his true passion. Sleeping with underage women. And, Scott is actually the member of a rock band which includes him and 3 other middle-aged men. And the band is called the Fuckheads, which is a very cool name, but I took the liberty to come up with some alternative band names, so you can use these if you want. Here we go. Red Hot Chili Pepper Spray. Backstreet Boy Lovers, Destiny's Child Rapists, One Erection, Nickelback Pain, The Who, and my favorite, Panic at the Children's Disco.
Those are really good. Do I have to do my last joke? No. Alright, I'll just do it. Tom is Italian, but he's really ashamed of being Italian and Italian culture. It's the culture that gave the world Leonardo da Vinci and the art of Michelangelo. They invented the opera and have the cuisine that is the most popular thing in the world, and Dom decided that he's too good for that. He doesn't want people to think he's stupid, so he does an American accent, because if there's one group of people on this earth who represent intelligence, it's Italian Americans.
We done?
A great battle.
That was a good battle. Yeah.
Honestly, that battle made me sad. I
really?
don't know why. I think I expected so much more from both of them, really. Dom had some of my favorite jokes that I've heard for a long time in roast battles, but again, he did 3 when he only needed to do 1 per round. Scott was getting pissed with that because Scott's so easily triggered. So, and then, and that sort of came across on stage. It was also some of Scott's weakest battling. He could, that could have been a really, really competitive hilarious battle, but instead it was a decent battle.
It was definitely wasn't Scott's hottest night, and he sort of said that afterwards, because it really is an on the night sort of thing, you know. Some nights and even like sometimes you're so prepared, and then it still just doesn't really click for you, and then sometimes you write your jokes on the tram on the way there, and you kill, you know. So it's like, just Scott wasn't there, and then. I think, you know, because Dom was doing all these jokes about Scott being like a rapist and murder and all that stuff, and Scott's kind of like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? It was kind of bothering Scott that he was saying all these like clearly fictional things about him.
I mean, to be fair, that is also annoying. Like,
but
Scott has a young wife. There's enough that you can go for with Scott and the pedophile angle at least.
Yeah, but he's joking about how he gives off that impression that he looks like he has dead bodies in the freezer.
Which is also completely fine, but Dom gives off that impression as well. So it was like I don't know.
I thought it was closer than I think when Scott sort of said like, do I even have to do my last joke? I thought, dude, a really good last joke could actually turn this whole thing on its head. You know, I felt like it was all in the balance. I felt like Dom was winning the battle, but at that moment, if Scott had an absolute like, you know, 5th round KO, it was possible. It was in reach, you know.
Yeah.
But Dom is just an absolute gun, man. Like, you know, talk about new talent. Like Dom is he's definitely the future of Roast Battle Berlin. I mean, he's going to be one to look out for in the next year's tournament. So congratulations, Dom. Maddio won that, of course, and becomes the new #1 contender in the city. After only like, how many roasts has Dom done total? No, it's more than 3, isn't it? He roasted someone new, but someone unranked first before you. He roasted, who did Dom roast first? His first roast. It wasn't Christoph.
I think it was me.
I thought it was Christoph.
It was one. No, it was an unranked one first. It had to have been. We'll get back to you on the next episode about that. But I think it was one, and then it was Christoph Schmidt, and then it was Fitz Gessler, and then it was Scott Reynolds. So I think he's 4-0. We'll get back to you about who he roasted
winning
first.
Against Christoph, Fitz, and Scott. That's like consecutive wins.
Yeah, that's a run.
I want a rematch.
Record. Yeah, Christoph wants a rematch, and Dom, you've been called out. I wonder if we'll get it. Will we do that before the end of the season?
Roast Mania?
Yeah, maybe
that's a good Roast
That's
Mania.
a great roast. Yeah, let's get that done for Roast Mania. Oh, look, Christoph is looking at the Excel sheet. God, we're all over it. While he looks at that. So next episode, we're going to be looking at Maya Upchurch versus David McLaughlin.
Yeah,
I wasn't at this show, so I'm going to be watching these roasts. So Faye Walsh, the first, I just want your predictions. We had Stare versus Nora is the opening roast. You're picking Stare for that one.
Stare.
And then we had, help me out, Jane.
Carl versus
Sandy.
Carl Pinson versus Sandy Jones.
I picked Carl.
You're picking Carl there. And then Jedrick versus Ludwig.
I'm picking Jedrick.
Picking Jedrick. And then Maya versus David, the headline. Who are you going with?
The thing is that I honestly think I'm Maya's biggest fan in the world, but David is like a dark horse and shouldn't be fucked with, so I'm going with David.
Okay, shit. Okay, it's Nora, Carl, Jedrick, David are your predictions.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll see what happens next week.
No, you said Stare. You said
Yeah,
Nora?
I said Stare.
I beg your pardon.
Stare, Carl, Jedrick, David.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, cool. That was episode 6. We'll see you next time for episode number 7.
Bye.
Bye.